in the shadows of international diplomacy, and beneath the polished speeches of global summits. A chilling agenda is quietly unfolding, one that threatens to redraw the map of Africa yet again. The signs are there, but few are looking. Firstly, the neo-colonial blueprint. It was never really over. The original Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, where European powers carved up Africa with no African present, may seem like a relic of history. But the spirit of partition, the idea that Africa is a resource to be divided and controlled, never truly died. Today the tools have changed. Guns and flags have been replaced by loans, technology, militarized aids and political manipulation, but the goal remains the same: control. From Western-backed military bases in the Sahel to China's strategic land acquisitions in East Africa and Russia's rising paramilitary influence in fragile states, the continent is quietly being divided, not among empires this time, but among economic and military giants with competing interests. Secondly, the new borders. Whispers in diplomatic circles and leaked intelligence documents speak of plans to fragment powerful African nations. Nations that are too resource-rich, too independently minded, or too unstable for external powers to comfortably control. Countries like Nigeria, where ethnic and religious fault lines are increasingly exploited, Fulani herdsman crises, Biafran agitation and the Boko Haram insurgency, all seem to escalate when oil policies are about to shift. Democratic Republic of Congo, where minerals fuel not just the tech world but also foreign-sponsored militias with vested interests in keeping the region divided and weak. Ethiopia, whose internal conflict in Tigray was allegedly fanned by outside interests seeking to destabilize one of Africa's fastest-growing economies and break it into manageable fragments. This second scramble is not about colonization in name. It's about partition through proxy. Thirdly, the players behind the curtain. The United States, under AFRICOM, maintains a network of outposts and advisors across Africa. Some African leaders have begun questioning if it's truly for terrorism, or for strategic pre-positioning in case of resource wars. China, cloaked in investment diplomacy, now controls key infrastructure in over 40 African countries, ports, railways and even government buildings. But what happens when debts can't be paid? France, though officially retreating from the region, continues to influence West African politics through the CFA franc and clandestine military operations. Russia, through the Wagner Group and its successors, trades security for mining rights in countries like Mali, Central African Republic, and Sudan, quietly helping redraw lines of power. Fourthly, the weaponization of identity. The tools of division are not only military or economic, they are cultural and digital. Social media algorithms push tribal narratives. Foreign-funded NGOs allegedly feed secessionist ideologies in regions sitting on oil, gold, lithium or cobalt. Is the rise of ethnic militias and the constant threat of civil wars in Africa purely internal, or part of a wider script? The ultimate goal: balkanization, divide and rule. Weaken the continent into tiny, manageable, dependent microstates too fractured to resist foreign policy or economic extraction. Lastly, Africa at the crossroads. But the story is not over. A silent war is being waged, not with bombs but with debt, disinformation and diplomacy. And unless the African Union, intellectuals, youth movements and regional alliances wake up to this hidden agenda, the map of Africa in 50 years may look vastly different and far more fractured. The question is no longer, can it happen again? The question is, has it already begun?